Friends by the fire, but the room's ice cold. All of what you give, guess it came pre-sold. Found the lips on the best friend, the ribbons came untied. Unwrap betrayal, under that you tied. Mistletoe hanging, but the vibe ain't sweet. So I'm tangled up where I used to keep my seed. The red I'm seeing ain't from no candy cane. Ain't no ollie, ain't no jolly, just this burning pain. Christmas red is the fire in my head. Yeah, the trust is dead. Tree lights flicker, but my mind's on rewind. Every I love you now feels weaponized. Eggnog spike, but it ain't numb in the sting. Her best friend took my crown, now I'm the fool king. Sleigh bells ringing, but they sound like alarms. Frosty outside, inside it's a storm. No chestnuts roasting, just my patience shot. Love ain't a present, it's a house of cards. The red I'm seeing ain't from no candy cane. Ain't no holly, ain't no jolly, just this burning pain. Christmas red is the fire in my head. Yeah, the trust is dead.
Yeah, we on. Pop a cork, set the scene. Gold glass, big dreams. Little hood, still pristine. Laugh lines where lipstick sheen. Secrets fizz when we sit down. High heels, low-key crown. Spill tea, still hold it down. Toast up, level up now. Champagne secrets, sip, savor, spill it. Grown and sexy, talk that talk, but we are when we feel it. Champagne and power, glow in the midnight hour. Little hood, whole lot of class, we gon' cry and laugh louder.
Slow pour, let it rise. Real talk, no disguise. Bad days, but we still thrive. Soft heart, hard-earned pride. I'm enough. Big bag, big piece too. Pray first, then make move. I'm blessed. Self-love in every view. Hit play, it's a new you. I'm chosen.
Champagne secret, sip, savor, spill it. Grown and sexy, talk that talk, but we are when we feel it. I'm healed. Champagne and power, glow in the midnight hour. Little hood, whole lot of class, we gon' cry and laugh louder. Picking down, move right. Deep breath, slow sound, champagne. Secrets out now, I'm ready. Picking down, move right. Breath, champagne. Secrets out now, I'm ready.
Hey girl,
Hey girl,
what you doing?
nothing much.
Get dressed.
For why?
Because we're going to the city. I need a little sip, savor, and spiel.
Let's toast.
What you got going on tonight?
Can't call it. Owning the night. What you getting into?
Empress down in the city tonight. I'm feeling like champagne.
Let's toast.
The content you are about to indulge in may contain high levels of truth, sarcasm, and emotional damage. Viewer discretion is advised, but honestly, you clicked, so here we are.
Side effects of watching may include sudden clarity about your life choices, uncontrollable laughter at inappropriate moments, mild to severe eye rolling at ignorant comments in the chat, increased confidence, boldness, and I said what I said energy, or getting read like a hardcover novel with highlighted notes. Your bad take being turned into tonight's entertainment. A free personality evaluation you didn't ask for, but clearly needed, and temporary embarrassment followed by permanent self-reflection, optional, but recommended. Do not consume if you are allergic to accountability, growth, hearing the truth without sugarcoating. If symptoms of being triggered persist, log off, hydrate, and try again tomorrow. By continuing to watch, you agree that your feelings may or may not be spared, and that's between you and your Wi-Fi.
Management will not be issuing apologies, refunds, or emotional support for bruised ego.
We do not argue here. We educate, escalate, and occasionally decorate the situation with a little razzle-dazzle, respectfully.
Stay classy, stay sassy, and remember, if it don't apply, let it fly.
Either way, the glass stay full and the tea stay hot. You either handle it or get handled. Can you handle it? Let's toast.
Silk on my skin.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Enough is enough! I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane! These motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane! These motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane! Everybody strap in! I'm about to open some fucking windows.
Champagne on my tongue, silk on my skin undone. You lean in, say my name like a secret, like a sin. Coconut glow on your collarbone, salt on your lips, I taste home. You say right, let the night decide. I slide in the passenger side. Yeah. Champagne and silk on my lips, dripping slow from every kiss. Power in the sway of my hips. I'm a king, I'm a queen in the mist. Ocean breeze all over this ride, sweet like nectar when we collide. Champagne and silk on my lips, watch the whole downtown submit. Yeah, I'm that night rider, low-key lavish. Your gold teeth grin, bad habits. You that eyelid spell sweet static. Turn a calm heart problematic. Tongue like a passport stamp. Every word leave a mark on your back. You pour that fizz on the curve of my neck.
Testing. All right. Much better. Much better. Y'all know we get ready to go and stuff go weird and be flipping and stuff. Y'all know why? Because I've been doing some research on AI. Y'all already know. I started doing research on the robots and stuff, and y'all know that's our R word in the Champagne City. For those of you who don't know, yeah, ever since we covered the sex robots, yeah, we ain't had a live go off without a problem. That's our Achilles heel. So when y'all see somebody talk about the R word from the Champagne City, they talking about robots. That's what the R word is. So y'all, let's get ready to get into it. Y'all ready? Let's see here. Where we gonna start? Y'all listen. I was over on Champagne Secrets Reacts, right? And I went over to Champagne Secrets Reacts because I wanted to check out what was going on over there, and I needed to upload a video. I started a series called Is This Presidential? Y'all, I go over there and I'm like, where did all of these subscribers come from? Like, this is insane. When I checked it before, I only had like 200 and some subscribers. Go over there now, it's well over 300. So I'm like, bro, this is insane. Let me blow this up for a second so y'all can see. Let me see, can y'all see them numbers? Hold on. Uh-oh, that ain't what I meant to do. Here we go. I was not going to show you how many views doing it this way. Alright. If you go over to this video, and please go check it out. It's called How I Became a 304. This is part of our TikTok Storytime series. And this was a 2-part. This video right now is at almost 12,000 views. So that's how the doggone video... That's how the channel got all these subscribers, because the view count is going crazy over there right now. Comments and everything on this story time. So please, if you love the TikTok story times, go check out Champagne Secrets Reacts. If any part of the Champagne gang have been over there and you're one of those subscribers and you're part of that 12K, thank you for the watch. Thank you for the view. Thank you for being over there, because I promise you, I didn't know. I'm a one-woman show. Sometimes it's hard to create the videos for over there and do the lives for over here. So they still been checking it out, y'all. Look at there. I'm excited about that. Thank y'all. So y'all, like I said, I started a series over there, you know, for all of y'all that like supporting Agent Orange. Y'all see his little thumbnail in the upper left-hand corner. Yeah, he's Garbage Pail Kid #1. But I started a series because did y'all know that they saying that the president of these United States of America is pooping on himself, along with many other things? Now, I remember almost a whole campaign being ran off Sleepy Joe, not being able to stay awake, not being able to do all this. I remember that. Y'all remember that campaign? Well, apparently, our sitting president, no pun intended, has a problem with what he releases when he sits. Check this out.
Moments in our country. The halftime show of our next Super Bowl will be done by Bad, can't believe I'm saying this, Bad Bunny. Okay? Now, what I've been told, we have intel briefings. This is a person from the Mexican city of Puerto Rico, okay? And already I have a problem with that, okay? It's the American Super Bowl where we crown a world champion. And to have somebody from...
It started at the end. Hold on.
Ignorant evening. These are their stories.
Trump shit himself. Watch the reaction from the woman behind him.
Wow. What a view. This is the door to the bar. Unusual type to look.
And they just sitting there like this is normal. See, this is what I have a problem with. See, this is why some of y'all get on my nerves, because some of the stuff that y'all get angry at and some of the stuff that y'all let go, how exactly do we give somebody the power of the red button that can't hold his bowels? Please help me understand this. And y'all just... He's the greatest thing that we've ever had as a nation. You talking about the man pooping on himself in public and don't even care. He acting like it's a natural occurrence. So nobody is going to tell the president this is not cool. Y'all president. Nobody going to tell him this not cool. That Agent Orange shouldn't be walking around pooping on himself in public. That's what toilets is for.
But I figure we might as well look. If the fake news would like to go back and take a look, you can. But you'll see a very big
foundation is moving. We're ahead of schedule in the ballroom and under budget.
Then he just sit in it. It sound wet to me. It might not be y'all, but it sounds quite wet to me. And he just gonna sit in it and keep talking like this is okay. This is presidential behavior to y'all. Just walking around as the people say, sharding and farting. This is presidential. This is what you want as the sitting president of these United States of America.
Folks, if you thought things couldn't get more embarrassing for Donald Trump, think again. Not only is the man facing an avalanche of legal and financial troubles, but he's now given us a moment so humiliating, even he can't spin it. This video is packed with some of the juiciest new revelations that paint a picture of a man in mental and financial freefall. We're about to dive into a recent court ruling that could send his empire crashing to the ground. But we're also going to talk about the moment when Donald Trump literally pooped himself on stage. And I'm not talking figuratively. Stay tuned for the shocking reactions from the crowd and media. It's going to be a wild ride. Now, let's start with the latest from the Lincoln Project. These political ads are crushing Trump. They've gone all in on showing us just how badly his mental state is deteriorating. Remember, this is the same man who once claimed he knew more than the generals. Now, all he's doing is embarrassing himself on the public stage. It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion. And every day it's more cringeworthy than the last. The latest ads focus on his epic failure to keep his family business afloat. Yes, folks, you heard that right. Donald Trump is now legally banned from running his own company for 3 years. He's been caught red-handed, falsifying business records, issuing false financial statements, you name it. And the penalties? They're going to be brutal. Now, let's get to the real kicker. The most recent legal ruling in New York has effectively destroyed what's left of Trump's credibility.
Biden term, it's going to be a thing of the past, and I'm so proud to be part of
And
this.
fellas, some great things happening, right? Mike, there's great, really great things happening, I hear. And some pretty big announcements over a short period of time, right?
Yep. Moving drugs over the counter so you don't need a prescription.
Yeah, right.
Naloxone, which treats opioid, is one of those drugs. And we're being proactive with synthetic 7-OH, a new opioid that's showing up. And we're working with the DOJ on addressing that because chemists are coming up with new opioids faster than the government has been able to keep up. We're going proactive on these new chemicals.
That's good. You know, I hear fantastic things. Thank you all very much. We really appreciate it a lot. Thank you, Oz. It's been a fantastic job. Thank you all very much.
They coughing. They are coughing. I heard it when it happened. Because she made a face right afterwards. And y'all just sitting there like, this is okay. Yeah, look, what Cat Williams say? Y'all just gonna let somebody be the wrong driver for miles and miles and miles on it? We just gonna keep letting somebody sit in the highest seat in the land and just drive us straight to hell. Is what we just gonna sit back and let this man destroy everything. Cat Williams said it was Bush. No, baby, it's Mr. Trump. Yeah. Y'all immigrant that don't like immigrants. How dare you call him an immigrant? 'Cause he's from Germany. Y'all ain't ready for that conversation, are you? See, I keep telling y'all gotta learn facts. Y'all don't know how to fight. Y'all be trying to fight with your fists. Fight with facts. Trump's family is in fact immigrants. His great-grandfather, was it great-grandfather? Immigrated here from Germany. Oh, we gonna cover it. Don't even worry about it. His name originally is not Trump. Trump. He got that name when he got here. You know how the slaves' names were changed when they got here because they didn't like them? Yeah, his name got changed when he got here. His original name is DRUMPF. Drumpf. Yeah. Y'all gonna continue to allow the immigrant to not only kick out immigrants, try to end birthright citizenship when the only reason you're a citizen is because, you know, you're born here. What are we saying? It's okay. Our parents told us not to pass gas in public. Go to the bathroom and pass gas. So he didn't receive that same instruction. Clearly, no one in the cabinet received that same instruction because they just standing there like it's, yay, you know, just he's passing roses and lilies, not short shirts. Y'all get on my nerves, I promise.
I appreciate it. Thank you, please. Thank you.
Mr. President, can you respond to the new Fox poll that says people think ICE's and tactics are too aggressive?
These guys enhanced the footage and revealed the truth. Did you guys catch that?
Y'all telling me that's normal. Y'all are really telling me it is normal for y'all president to just be walking behind podiums, standing in public, being in the middle of meetings and just go. Sleepy Joe ain't got nothing on this, is all I'm saying. Yeah, at this point, leave Joe alone. Y'all should have let him sleep for another 2 years if that's the case. If it would have helped us avoid Poopy Trump, baby, I would have took Sleepy Joe. What are y'all doing? What? This why we Miacrats. This why when y'all get y'all Miacrat gear, please make sure to send me a picture because I am creating a Miacrat Society wall. Yes, I am. I am creating a wall for everyone who's a part of the Miacrat Society because we opt out of this foolishness. Ain't no way you gonna make me call a man president who can't control his bowels. And every time he go, it sound wet. Like he ain't getting the proper nutrition intake or something. These people don't care about y'all. How is this even caught on video? Oh, Lord. Y'all drop in the comments and let me know what y'all think about this. Y'all remember when we covered the story on the judge and the officer in the chambers? Yeah, let's review that really quick.
New at 6, a federal judge and a high-ranking Atlanta police official are at the center of explosive allegations.
It involves sexual encounters inside the judge's chambers during work hours. Tonight, Channel 2 investigative reporter Ashley Lincoln breaks down the judicial order. And Ashley, federal judges discovered this activity went on for years.
Yeah, according to this 20-page order from the chief judge over the 11th district. Now, the report does not name the judge, but for the last 2 days, I've been speaking with sources and going through public records to identify the accused after federal employees complained about hearing intimate noises through the walls.
These are serious allegations.
They're allegations of sexual encounters during work hours that a federal judge admitted to, according to this newly released judicial order. The report details an investigation launched after a complaint was filed against a federal judge last September.
I don't think judges are perfect. They're human beings, too.
Former federal prosecutor Doug Gilfillan says federal laws allow judges' identities to remain undisclosed sex through the walls. One court clerk testified to hearing what was described.
Now, y'all remember this is where we paused it at. Because somebody said that sex sounds are unsettling noises. And I said, it's somebody that y'all need to be watching out for. And it's somebody that y'all need to be really, concerned about because they're not getting a hug at home. Clearly. They're not getting touched. They're not getting loved. Nobody's sending them a text message. If you can listen to sex sounds and say unsettling noises, it's because you're not getting any. You're not getting any. When did we get to a place as a society where people enjoying intimacy sounds unsettling? That's because half of y'all is screwing these robots and falling in love with AI, these what y'all call star minds. We have become so detached as a society that two people in a room being intimate is unsettling to y'all. That's crazy. To the point where I ain't even go find it to put it on here. I heard somebody release the doggone sounds. For what? Y'all know what our mannish asses was doing as kids when people call themselves doing unsettling things? We was trying to listen. Even adults, they was listening. Dudes was, hell, high-fiving their homeboys. I'm gonna listen to him, tear it up. Listen to him, listen to him. Listen to it. Girl, help. Help is all I can say when we at a doggone day and age where people think intimacy is unsettling. Leave them doggone people alone. Kind of stuff they see on a day-to-day basis and y'all mad because they want to go in the chambers. Wasn't like they was out in public. Wasn't like they was in a picnic. They wasn't caught in the car. They wasn't caught in the police vehicle. Because remember, we covered that story. The officer caught with the suspect. Wasn't like it was none of that. They was in the chambers. You should have been focused on something else and not what was going on in the chambers. That woman done facilitated doggone cases that you would probably throw up here. Ain't no telling what doggone crime scenes that man pulled up on. And y'all mad because they decided to take a break with each other and enjoy each other's company. And to y'all that's unsettling, go to hell. Said what I said. Argue with your mama, not me. Argue with your mama. Leave them people alone. Hell. And she a federal judge at that. She got to deal with y'all federal BS, male bovine feces. Please. Leave them people alone. Speaking of argue with your mama, not me. Y'all listen, I am so excited to tell y'all. We got our partial monetization back. We absolutely did. After we got off our last live, I got ready to upload another video, and the first thing that I saw was welcome to the YouTube Partnership Program. For those of you who don't know, it takes 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in order to be fully monetized on YouTube. When you get to your 500 subscribers, you can unlock partial monetization, which is your super chats, super thanks, memberships, and all of that. Well, I lost mine because YouTube didn't like the fact that I used my own intro. Well, I created. I'm a creator. I'm a producer. I produce shit. So I produced my own countdown, and that's what I use in the beginning. And I also use our, little no trolls. They didn't like it, and I got demonetized. I appealed it and let them know I'm not going to stop using it because I created it. And I see y'all let these bigger content creators get away with a whole lot worse than a 2-minute countdown. So if I can't use it, then keep your monetization. I don't want it because I'm not going to stop. And I got it back. So I'm excited. And to celebrate, please do me a favor. What I want you to do, because I also finished our champagne store for our champagne merch. So go over to the champagnefactory.com and get your merchandise. Our Protect the Bird is over there. Y'all see the merch? You see it? You see it? Because at this point, yeah, we ain't protecting Republicans, Democrats, none of them. We protecting the bird. At this point, the bird is in danger. And for all of you who love animals, look, the bird is in danger. If America falls, the bird falls. So at this point, it's hashtag protect the bird. Now, go on over there and get your protect the bird gear. We also have the Argue with Your Mama gear. See it? see it? Glasses, cups, and stuff. There's gonna be more clothing that's gonna be over here as well. Let me see. We have our signature collection. That's the Champagne City signature collection. You see it, bags. We got candles. You see it. 2 different scents as well. Go over here. Shower curtain. You can get your Champagne City shower curtain over there as well. I wanted to show you. We also have skincare stuff over here as well. So you see your chin lifting mask, cosmetic oils. There's a bunch of essential oils in here too. So please do me a favor. I would greatly appreciate it, especially because the 4th of July is coming up. You looking for some gear for the 4th of July? Get your Protect the Bird. It's red, white, and blue. Get your Protect the Bird 4th of July gear. I promise you I am. So please do me a favor and support the Champagne Factory. Another thing I want you to support is I am working on another book. We are going to be doing a segment coming up really soon because I have a lot of Champagne gang who want to be authors and want to write their first book. So I am going to be doing a class for all of my Champagne gang who want to be authors, who want to write your first book, who want to get your first book. Thank you, Progressive. Get your Mia Crack gear over there as well. You know, we not Republicans or Democrats. We Miacrats. We don't support anybody that don't include me. Yeah, that gear is over there as well. But it's gonna be called The Test, and what I'm gonna be doing is dropping some late night video readings and stuff of the book, so you can tell me what you think as we go along. So please subscribe if you are into fictional stories, and I'm a crime drama chick, so this is definitely gonna be one for you to read. Trust me, you don't know where this story is going. You ready? Thank you for joining us in the Joker Wow. Let's get ready to get into the show. But first, we got to get into these positivity and affirmations. So take that glass and raise it high. Let's go. You see it. Wealth flows to you as long as you receive it. Champagne gang, FizzFam, Confidants, and visitors to the Champagne City. Baby, welcome in. Come on in. Grab your things, your tings, your rings, whatever you got. Grab it and bring it on in for the show. Thank you for joining me on tonight. If this is your first time here, hi, I'm the Empress, and you are joining me for grown discussions and bubbly banter. Baby, over here we give classy with a twist, huh? A little clink with chaos with a side of charm. So if you're ready to sip, savor, and spill, then grab your glass of your favorite bubbly. I don't care if it's sparkling water. Please grab your charger so your phone don't die. Make sure you're nice and comfy. Fellas, your PJs. Ladies, your jammy jams. Let's get ready to get into the show. Raise that glass high. Raise it high. Raise it high. Say hi to a few people in the chat. Tonight, we're talking about location undisclosed. Tonight, stop assuming that because you can't see it, it isn't happening. Some of the best things in your life are being prepared in places your eyes cannot reach yet. The opportunity, location undisclosed. The breakthrough, location undisclosed. The connection, the answer, the open door, the next chapter, location undisclosed. And that's okay, because not every blessing arrives with an announcement. Not every miracle sends a calendar invite. Not every answer introduces itself before it appears. Location undisclosed. Sometimes we get discouraged because we keep checking the horizon. We keep looking for evidence. We keep asking, where is it? Meanwhile, life is quietly working behind walls we cannot see through. A seed underground looks a lot like nothing until one day it doesn't. Location undisclosed. Your next opportunity may already have your name attached to it. The person who will change your life may already be walking toward you. The solution you need may already be taking shape. You just don't have the coordinates yet, and you don't need them. You need trust. Trust that not seeing movement doesn't mean there isn't movement. Trust that silence is not the same thing as absence. Trust that delay is not the same thing as denial. So tonight, stop digging up seeds to see if they're growing. Stop confusing not yet with never. Stop measuring progress only by what you can see. Some blessings travel quietly. Some victories arrive unannounced. Some of your greatest moments are currently location undisclosed. Now say it with me. I trust what is working behind the scenes. I trust what I cannot see yet. I trust the timing of what is meant for me. I got it, even when I don't have all the details. And tonight, I stop demanding proof from the future and start trusting that some of my biggest blessings are already on the way. Location undisclosed. And if you feel that deep down on the inside, baby, let's toast. Y'all better know it. Sometimes what you need most is hidden in what you can't see. Stop looking for the blessing in what you can see. Don't you realize that's what faith is? The evidence of things not seen. Stop looking for your blessing in what you can grasp with your hands, what you can touch tangibly. When God blessed me with my house, and y'all know, because I told y'all, when I moved back and started looking for a place, the mortgage company that stole my home, I moved back only to find out that that mortgage company had a utility bill in my name for over $10,000. Had tanked my credit and everything bad. In the middle of me looking for a house, I'm dealing with my credit being messed up from somebody else, dealing with denial after denial until I listen to the voice of God. We'll deal with the full story on another live. But when I look for a house in the midst of what God told me to upload, the house that I ended up posting for or applying for, it said location undisclosed. I didn't know where it was, didn't know its location, didn't know if it was 20 minutes from my job, 30 minutes, 15, because all it said was location undisclosed. I applied, and out of all of the houses that contacted me back and approved me with my situation, even though the situation wasn't my fault and I had proof, was the house that said location undisclosed. Sometimes what you're looking for isn't in a place that you can see. It's in a location that's undisclosed. Oh, I hope you receive that deep down on the inside. It blessed me if it didn't bless you. Listen, and if you didn't receive it, let me share something with you. And if you decided to come in my beautiful city with your intention set on hell and your heart set on negativity and your mind set on doing male bovine feces in my beautiful city, please understand, in the city, we don't do no trolls.
Yeah. Whole squad on patrol. Where they at? Point them out that troll. Troll buses on patrol. Hey, hey, hey! Troll buses on patrol, troll patrol. Clamp down, shut them out, tow that troll. Click clap, log them out, fold that troll. Whole chair, chanting now, roast that troll. Roast that troll! Troll buses on patrol, troll patrol. Yeah, big boots, stomp them out, roll that troll. Roll it. Cap lock, drag 'em out, scroll that trove. Crowd yell loud, we control these trolls. We control these trolls. You type to Lil Mo that troll. Live in my crib, Lil Bo cut troll. Grease on your keys, Lil O stain troll. Bridge so hot, screen cold from the troll. You a bridge bottom, did water troll. Wi-Fi weak, one bar in your soul. Profile pic, just an egg on a pole. Whole existence on whole set troll. Same fake pages, same lame troll. Catfish filter, can't say that troll. Talk big game, but you fold like a scroll. We just laugh, hit mute on the troll. Troll buzzers on patrol, troll patrol. Clamp down, shut 'em out, told that troll. Click, clack, log 'em off, fold that troll. Whole chat, chanting now, roast that troll. Roast that troll. Troll buzzers on patrol, troll patrol. Big boots, stomp 'em out, roll that troll. Cap lock, drag 'em out, scroll that troll. Crowd yell loud, we control these trolls. We control these trolls. You a damn rock, miles grown troll. Lil dust might off brand troll. Fry oil hair, lil egg roll troll. Keyboard chrome, snap pad troll. You a bad seat, no roll troll. Big talk, zero gold troll. DM tough in the street so cold. See us live now your spine, made a jello troll. You a trash bag, half torn troll. We a whole squad, but troll that's grow. On the fly swatter, you the mad ass troll. She the boot heel, flatten that troll. Go home, go home, troll. Oh, boom, yeah, log off, troll. Log off, home, go, home, troll. Whole room, you grab, troll. Troll busters is on patrol, troll patrol. Clamp down, shut 'em out, tow that troll. Click, clack, log 'em off, fold that troll. Whole chat, chanting now, roast that troll. Roast that troll. Troll buzzers on patrol, troll patrol. Big boots, stomp 'em out, roll that troll. Cap lock, drag 'em out, scroll that troll. Crowd yell loud, we control these trolls. We control these trolls.
Police! Help! Police! Help! Police! Help!
Here we go again.
Welcome on in, Champagne Gang. Let's get ready to get into the show. So y'all listen. This story right here had me completely flued out, spilled, wasted, poured, all of that, right? Because I never heard of this story before. I want y'all to drop in the comments and let me know if you ever heard of the story from the 70s of the black man who hijacked the plane. Not only did he hijack it, ran a $1 million ransom, almost got away with the ransom, but is living free overseas. Yeah, we getting ready to talk about it. You ready? Let's get into this show because this is crazy. So, this is the story of George Edward Wright. So, George Wright was born in 1943, right? He was born actually long before he became one of America's most elusive fugitives. He was simply growing up in New Jersey during a period of social and economic change, right? Like many young men coming up during the 1950s or the early 60s, he was navigating through a world that they said was full of opportunity, of uncertainty, and growing tensions, right? So at this point, there's nothing to suggest his name would somehow be connected to somebody being unalived, that his name would be connected to some form of a prison escape, that any way, shape, or form, when this little boy was a little boy, that he would accomplish what he accomplished in becoming one of the most infamous hijackers in American history. What made this so interesting to me is when you hear most people talk about hijackers, you hear them talk about, or when you hear people talk about a fugitive who got away, you hear them talk about Hoffa. So much so that anytime bones are found, what you hear is they found Hoffa. And it tickles me every single time. But nobody has ever mentioned Mr. George. So let's get into it. Investigators often ask one question. Was there a moment when everything changed, or was the path already being laid? You know, a lot of times we look at these cases and we're like, you know, did something happen in his childhood to make him this way? Or, you know, what was it? Early warning signs, right? As investigators look back at his history, they search for clues. Not really of whether or not he would be a future hijacker or whether or not he would be a fugitive, but they wanted to see if there were any signs that the young man would drift towards dangerous choices. So whenever there's criminal stories, a lot of criminal stories don't really begin with one dramatic event, like something happened that triggered this person to become this. Like their mom was unalive, so it triggered something on the inside of them, and now they became a vigilante to abusers. No, a lot of times it happens with small decisions, with wrong friends, with bad influences, with poor judgment, choices that seem insignificant in the moment but become life-changing over time. Sometimes it can even be bad parenting. A lot of times as parents, we hate to hear it, but sometimes we are the monsters that create the monsters because of the monstrous behavior that we exhibited in front of them. For George Wright, the consequences of those choices were approaching quickly. So in 1962, this is when everything would change, right? Let me see. In 1962, there was a robbery at a New Jersey gas station, and it ended in tragedy. Someone lost their life. Walter Patterson, who was a World War II veteran and a gas station attendant, lost his life during the crime. So what began as a robbery instantly became a murder investigation. Now, I need y'all to stay with me. I hope y'all got your glasses filled and the bottle next to you. Look, I told y'all I don't care if it's sparkling water. You better pretend the bottle. We ain't alcoholics over here for real. We use our imagination. For those who don't know, people think, oh, they just sit over there with just glasses of champagne and talk. No, not for real, but we pretend we do. Now what? Let's continue. So they worked to identify everyone who was involved. They interviewed witnesses, evidence was collected, and before long, investigators focused their attention on a young man named George Edward Wright. For the Patterson family, the damage was irreversible. For Wright, this moment will become the turning point that altered the course of his entire life. Now, this is where everything would spiral. Everything that followed could be traced back to this one crime scene. So, the trial, the conviction, and the sentencing. Let me see. Here you see police report, case summary from the case, crime scene photos, the victim, Walter Patterson. It happened in South Newark. This way you're able to see, this is a real person. It's not a made-up story. This is crazy. The investigators' questions: was the killing planned? Who was present? What role did Wright play? Could the murder have been prevented? Right? They had witness statements. Of course, there's always a robbery reconstruction of what happened. They detail their key findings. Remember, as always, even back then, whenever there's a crime, you have to establish two things before you can ever get to a conviction. You got to establish that the act was actually criminal. There was no self-defense. You weren't protecting someone else. You weren't, it wasn't criminal. Then you have to determine that the motive wasn't criminal. I did not come into this situation with the intention for someone to no longer be here or for someone to be hurt. Without those two things, you cannot get a conviction. And if you got a conviction without those two things, or one or the other, that's how you start seeing convictions be overturned. Or they're overturned because you charge someone with the wrong thing based on the motive. If I didn't have a motive to unalive someone, you can't charge me with first-degree unaliving, because that would say my motive was to purposely take your life. That's what first degree is. That was my plan. Wasn't no question. Wasn't no accident. I did it. I went and got the gun, and this was my intention. I made him get in the car, and this is what I plan to do. That's first degree. More pictures. More information. You see the breakdown. Exactly, Nisi, premeditated. They have to set up the subject profile. Who are we looking for? This is why I like watching Criminal Minds. The setting up the profile, then understanding the way people think. Like, all of this has to be identified when you're dealing with a crime, because you got to know, what kind of person am I dealing with here before you even go into the case. Y'all can pause and read a lot of this stuff if you want to. I don't want to read through it, but I wanted to make sure that you had information. Y'all know I'm visual. The robbery that changed everything. Here you see the timeline of everything that happened, the time frame. Now we're at the trial, the conviction, and the sentencing, right? So the evidence eventually brought George Wright before a court of law. Testimony was listened to, investigators presented their findings, attorneys argued the case, and after the proceedings concluded, Wright was convicted. The sentence was severe, 15 to 30 years behind bars. At only 19 years old, Wright faced the possibility of spending much of his adult life inside of a prison cell. So now we introduce age into this. Y'all be thinking all these kids are dumb. No, some of these kids really be planning stuff. That's why you got to pay attention to your children. At 19 years old, my question would have been, was he still at home? Was he outside of the home? At what point did he leave home? Why did he leave home? Like, those are the kind of questions I would ask, because what comes next from a 19-year-old is insane. For many people, this would be the end of the story. For George Wright, it was only the beginning. So while he was behind bars, you know, a lot of times they say when people go to prison, prison changes people. You know, a lot of people go in prison one way and come out a different. Like, back in the day, they used to go in prison hard and come out harder. Like, you could tell somebody who had been to prison because, you know, they came out like Lou Ferrigno. You know, they came out like the original Incredible Hulk, just swole for no reason. They spent time on the yard, like all their time was spent pushing weight. Now they go in prison, boys, and come out girls. Like, it's different. So for some people, it becomes a place of reflection. Now, there are a lot of people who went to jail and they found God, they found the Nation of Islam. Majority of people who start telling you that they are super religious, a lot of times they found it behind bars. As the years passed, they said he adjusted to the time behind bars. His parole opportunities came and went. Freedom remained out of his reach. They were not letting him out. Every denied opportunity increased the distance between the life he once knew and the life he wanted. So now he has nothing but time to just sit back and plan. Somewhere during the years, a dangerous idea began to form. If freedom wasn't coming for him, perhaps he would take it himself, right? So now we get to the Great Escape. Because now he done decided, I ain't staying behind bars. It's time to go. We got to figure out something. Hey, who was that had his people dig into prison? Which one of the crime bosses was that? They dug into the prison to get him out of prison. Yeah. 1970, George Wright spent most of his years behind bars. Then one day he was just gone. He escaped from Jersey prison farm and disappeared into the outside world. Now, from what I remember when I looked into this, the farm was minimum security. So, for those of you who may not have been inside a prison or visited someone in prison or looked at pictures or locations, there are a lot of prisons who are considered minimum security where, in all honesty, they can literally walk off if they wanted to. There are a lot of individuals who caught extra charges for being in, what would you call it? It's not really half work release. There you go. Thank you, Zach. El Chapo. Yeah, his people tunneled into the prison to get him out. You gotta have some loyal people to tunnel into the prison to come get you. Your crew should just be left alone. Just period. When you hear El Chapo crew, just go in the other direction. It ain't got nothing to do with being scared. It's about being smart. If they will tunnel inside a prison to come get their leader, they don't care what they do to you. They don't care. Some people, y'all don't know how to read the room. Y'all don't read the room. That's how y'all end up in situations. But yeah, he said enough is enough. And he decided he was going to escape. A lot of people end up with charges because they escape off work release. They're in jail. They're able to go to work or community service or whatever. And then one day they just decide not to go back. Well, he ran. He was minimum security. A search was launched. Roads were checked. Leads were followed. Tips were investigated. Y'all, nothing. It was as though he just disappeared, just vanished. Now, remember I told y'all when he went in jail, he was 19. So this is still barely a kid when this happened. Investigators marked this as the beginning of a mystery that would stretch across decades. For Wright, it was the beginning of a life as a fugitive, and nobody knew where he would surface yet. So he literally just disappeared, right? So between 1970 and 1972, these were the mysterious years because the investigators know where he was at. Right? This the crazy part. They know where he would eventually go. But the time between remains filled with questions. Where was he hiding? Who helped him? How was he surviving? What connections was he making? The answers remain incomplete. To this day, they still do not know where he was those 2 years, between when he escaped and what happened on the plane. So the trail grows cold. The records become sparse. Photographs disappear. But somewhere during these missing years, the foundations were being laid for an event that would make international headlines. So Here we go. Delta Flight 841. Poor Delta. Poor Delta. When investigators later reconstructed the events leading up to Delta Flight 841, they discovered a growing web of connections, right? Travel records, associates, movements, pieces of information that seemed unrelated until they were viewed together. What once looked like isolated events now appeared connected, so investigators began assembling the puzzle. And slowly a picture emerged. A plan was taking shape. A plan that would soon place George Wright at the center of one of the most shocking aviation crimes of the era. So, the plan, July 31st, 1972. He boarded Delta Flight 841. Y'all got this? Hold on a second, because I got to drink my water for this one. Hold on. Absolutely progressive, said them boys is savage. All about loyalty, it's a game, but family, death before dishonor. Absolutely. That's why I say, you be thinking y'all can take on the cartel. Who? Who can take on the cartel? Who? YNs? They subject to turn on each other in the middle of the fight. Who? We don't get along well enough to take. Did y'all not hear what I said? Y'all don't give up $20 to go get your own people out of jail. His people tunneled into the prison to get. Y'all are not the same. Abort mission. Please abort mission. that ain't even a fight you want. So, George Wright, boarded Delta Flight 841 disguised as a priest. As a priest. What happened next stunned the nation. Passengers suddenly found themselves trapped in a hostage situation. Demands were made. Negotiations began. $1 million ransom entered the picture. $1 million. The aircraft eventually left the United States and headed overseas. By the time the ordeal was over, George Wright had transformed from escaped convict to international fugitive. The story is now global, and the manhunt had only just begun. So, this man, dressed as a priest, with a Bible in his hand, put a gun in the Bible, got on the plane, and hijacked the entire plane with a note. This is what I said. Immediately said. So you mean tell me 911 didn't have to happen? They had proof that planes could be compromised back in the 70s and did nothing? See, that's the kind of stuff that angers me. Y'all want to act all shocked when 9/11 happened. But here, we had this man back in the 70s put a whole gun in the Bible. So you knew back in the 70s this was possible. Let's known all the stuff that's happened since the 70s. But you've known since the 70s. And 911 still happened. All them people still lost their life. Please. It's why I tell y'all, I don't trust none of them. None. Not one. They said we gang, they gang, but we are not the same future. Absolutely. So y'all listen. There was $1 million ransom entered the picture. Now, before I go there, I want y'all to see the timeline on the image y'all see on the screen. So you got the flight in progress from 9 to 9:24ish, right? There's negotiations with the authorities because he's taking over the plane, right? Because that happened about 9:25. on the ground in Miami, the airport lands so that it can get the ransom. Right? Then there's a refueling stop. Right? Then it's back in the air and it's headed overseas. Please help me understand. Oh my goodness, you know what, y'all? This one was, we got to cover this one too. That was the wrong one. That was the wrong one. Hold on, let me back up. That was the wrong one. Here we go. So he has a false identity. They don't even know who he is, because he's used several aliases over the years where they couldn't find him. He's disguised as a priest, and he gets on the plane, Bible in his hand. Inside the Bible is a hidden weapon. So, they didn't have TSA back then. So I guess they didn't have anybody checking the Bibles or the bags or anything. Just, hey, that's a Bible. It must be safe. Come on, sir. They didn't watch not one horror picture, clearly, because every horror picture since I've been a child has always had something to do with somebody with a collar on. I wouldn't have trusted anything coming in any vicinity where I am holding a Bible with a collar on. What? No way. The level of horror pictures I watch? Please. He had a planned route. Not only did he have a planned route, they landed so that he could refuel, also so that he could get the $1 million ransom, which they paid, even though the U.S. doesn't negotiate with terrorists, which they paid. As you see on the screen, copy of the note: I have a bomb. This is a hijacking. I want $1 million and parachutes. That was it. That was the note. That's what was used to hijack the plane, along with a Bible with a pistol on the inside. He was given the cash, he was given the parachutes, and he had 2 accomplices. Got it? Let's continue. This story is absolutely insane. Hey, look, don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain. We're going to cover this story at another time, because this was another hijacking incident on a plane. Oddly enough, his name was Edward Wright too. Let's continue. The getaway. So the reason why he got away is when he landed, not in Cuba, but in Algeria, the Algerian government confiscated the cash, released the flight crew after they made sure the flight crew wasn't a part of this situation, took control of the plane, and contacted the U.S. government. Now, when they contacted the U.S. government, they let the U.S. government know, we got your $1 million in cash. We have your plane. We have the individuals that hijacked it. But guess what? We will send you everything but them, because that ain't none of our business. If you want them, you got to find another way to get them, because we not sending them back. We'll send you your money, though, and we'll send you your plane. So the governments, even though they cooperated, they said no to returning the fugitives when they landed in Algeria, right? Hold on one second. As you see here, it's the breakdown of what happened when they landed in Algeria. after hijacking the plane. What's interesting to me is Algeria sent the money back. That's what's interesting. This whole story to me sounds like something straight out of, I don't know, a TV show from back in the day. This is insane. It's insane to me that they paid the $1 million. That's what's insane to me. It's crazy. They clearly didn't have no Tom Cruise back then. They didn't have no Mission Impossible back then. Nobody in this situation to get on. They didn't have no Wesley Snipes willing to climb on the plane through the, wheel thing. Nothing. Y'all didn't, nothing. Just walked $1 million to the plane and handed it over. Interesting. FBI did a whole manhunt for him. Cross seas, overseas, every country, wanted posters, put the world on notice. That's crazy. I wonder what the worldwide fugitive system looks like. Do they have like a site you can go to look at the worldwide system? They put out bulletins. There was international cooperation to a certain extent with this. And that's another thing that's weird to me. And wow, as you say, Zachary, because you would cooperate to return the plane and the money, but not the individuals. What kind of relationship do you have? Like, yeah, your child ran away. I'll return the money that they stole from you when they ran away, but nah, you can't have your child back. Like, you get it? It's weird. The whole story makes no sense to me. This is the weirdest, craziest. Maybe that's why we ain't heard of this story. And it happened in the 70s. I was born in 76. Only thing I done heard about all my life was Hoffa. I've never heard of Wright. I heard of the Wrights that made the planes. Not the one that hijacked one. Only thing stronger than the Black Ghost is a Mexican one. If you know again, if you know again, you know. So, y'all, let's continue. So I forgot to tell you guys that the flight started in Detroit. That's where it started at. Home of the D. Just planning. For 2 years, this is what y'all gotta understand. For 2 years, these individuals sat back and planned. This is why I keep telling y'all talk too much. Y'all talk too much and y'all move way too sloppy. I am not saying I am agreeing with y'all having a life of crime. What I am saying is, if you saying that you have this much conviction, this is what you gonna do and ain't nobody gonna talk you out of it, shut up. How y'all getting caught? You're talking too much. You're snitching on yourself. You're going to the police on yourself. The police, when they arrest you, they let you know you have the right to remain silent. These people got goals. They didn't escape and run to their family and tell their family what they did and brag to they ain't do none of that. They went silent for 2 years. Y'all people snitch on y'all for $2. All they gotta do is sneeze on y'all people the wrong way, they tell it. Yep, it was us. It was us. Matter of fact, I can tell you about the one that we did 3 weeks ago. And the one we did last year, if you want to know that as well. It was us. I ain't even gonna hold it from it was us. It was. He did the most though. Y'all people snitch on y'all for the least little thing. Least little thing. Y'all forget to say their name in a post. Y'all getting snitched on for the next week. They sat silent. Whoever was protecting them, because they had to eat. They had to get clothes. They went low key. They need to write a book. Yeah, he needs to write a book. He also had Black Panther connection and support while he was in exile in Algeria. After his release in Algeria, he and other hijackers reportedly received support from members of the International Black Panther Network in Algeria, including figures associated with the movement's exile community. That's the crazy part, because I didn't know there was any Black Panthers in Algeria. We're going to have to do a study on Algeria now. It's a must that we do it. Because apparently this was a safe haven for Black people. If any of you know anything about Algeria, drop in the comments and let me know. Because I'm definitely going to do a story on it. Better yet, drop the links in the Discord. The Discord link is available in the description of all of the videos. If somebody in the chat can grab the link from the description and drop it in the chat for me, I would greatly appreciate it. But drop anything that you know about Algeria in the chat. We got to take a look at it. And we got to take a look at it because, you know, a lot of us are talking about, you know, expatting. Thank you for the jewels. So sweet of you. Yeah, I'm so happy to have my monetization back so I can see stuff. I am excited. But please drop it because we got to check this out. A lot of my Champagne gang and I have been talking about expatting. We have. Because I just really feel like, yeah, you know, the United States of America is headed for a, you know, fall. I really do. Because y'all keep just throwing anybody in charge. Just putting adolescent little kids who can't control their tempers, their mouth, or their bowels in front of us and saying, call it president. You call it president. Argue with your mama, not me. I will not. Hell. How you gonna tell me what to do and you look like you need to be told what to do? How you gonna tell me anything when you need to be told to go to the toilet? Please. That ought to be your arguing point. Anytime Trump called fake anything, just say go to the toilet. That's all you gotta do. Just go to the toilet, Trump. Just go. That's all you gotta say. Y'all don't even need to argue no more. Anytime you dealing with a grown man on himself in public and don't give a damn about it, just go to the toilet, Trump. I ain't even got to talk to me after you go to the bathroom. I think you need to change your diaper. Cause he gotta be wearing a diaper if he pooping on himself, y'all. So your president is in a diaper. A onesie underneath his clothing. I can't take it. I want to know which one of the Secret Service agents are tasked with wiping his butt and changing his diaper. That's what allegedly. That's what I want to know. Which one? Which one? Is it JD Vance? No, I don't think it's JD because I think they prepping JD for Erica. So, what y'all think? Who y'all think is changing his pull-up? Y'all, then they disappear. So, they have gone to prison for unaliving somebody. Y'all, these three is the real three amigos. For real. They are the true definition of the three amigos. They did the original crime together. They did the time together. They escaped together. They disappeared together. They hijacked the plane together. They escaped into the clear blue sky together into another country together. We don't know how to pick friends, clearly. Clearly we don't know what we doing. We don't know. Cause this is a different type of loyalty. You know what? They are who Bad Boys was created based on. Had to be. They looked at their relationship and said, yeah, Martin and Will relationship got to be this type. So they disappeared. I told y'all, Algeria told the United States, hey, if you want them, you on your own. We ain't sending them back. You can have your money back, though. You can have your plane. So that's what they did. They took the plane, they took the money, and they sent the plane attendants all back to the United States. Now, them plane attendants must have... I wondered if they sent armed guards. Because I wonder if any of the plane attendants that was on the plane said, hey, at this point, man, turn this plane around. We finna land somewhere else. I mean, think about it. If they on the plane and you done just sent the plane back with $1 million in cash on it, you don't think nobody on the plane was like, hey, y'all, listen, hold up. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk. We can take this $1 million and just split it and disappear. Let's hit it. Algeria had to send some of their guards back. Had to. Or a police escort met the plane in the sky. That's the only way I can see it. Only way. Because somebody on that plane had to be itching and tempted. They did a dragnet for him. Now, here's the crazy thing, because he ended up being arrested in France. He was arrested in France on the warrant. Guess what France did? Yeah, nah, we finna let him go. We ain't sending him to you. If you want him, you gotta come get him on your own. We ain't sending him back to you. That situation ain't got nothing to do with us. So for the second time, George Wright has been arrested. The United States knows where he is. And the governments of the countries that he's in said, yeah, get it on your own. Get it back in blood. We ain't gonna have no part in it. You figure it out. Let him go. Let him be free to live his life and start all over again. Right? See? Prosecuted. French court. French decision. Let them go. They decided they would serve their sentence in France for whatever they did, but they would not send them back to the United States to be tried in the United States for anything. Right? So, when they were released, they separated. This is where they end up on their own. Wright makes his way to Portugal. What made this really interesting to me is a bunch of videos ago, I told y'all, I did a search. Me and ChatGPT had a conversation because I'm really thinking about moving to a different country. So I asked ChatGPT which countries could we move to that weren't war prone, were peaceful countries. So it gave me a list and I asked it, I said, okay, I need you to break that down to the countries that are friendly to people of color. It gave me that list. I said, okay, now I need you to break that down to countries where I don't have to deal with cartel. Then after that, I said, okay, now I need you to break it down to countries where I don't have to deal with natural disasters. One of the top, matter of fact, the top on the list was Portugal, oddly enough. It's very friendly to people of different cultures, to people of color. A lot of expats are there. It's a peaceful place. It's not war prone. So I thought it was quite interesting that he would end up in Portugal. Not only did he end up in Portugal, he got married. He started a new life. He had children. He built a quiet life. He avoided detection for more than 40 years. In 2011, the police fined him. Right? He was arrested September 2011. Interesting, right? The United States requested extradition. They wanted him to be sent back to the United States so they could try him for running off on the plug. You played too much. I feel like he was a part of something much bigger, is what I'm starting to feel like. I feel like he might have been a part of the CIA or something and decided to run off on something. This to me feels like there's a whole lot more to this story than they want to tell us. After he was requested back in the United States, Portugal said, yeah, no, we ain't sending him back. He belong here now. He done been here for over 40 years. He's a Portugal. He's a, what do they call it? Portuguese citizen? Portuguese? I don't know how it goes. But he's one of us now. So no, we're not sending him back to you. So because Portugal refused, because he's been there 40 years, because he's established a family, the U.S. had to drop it. So a man, a black man, got away with murder, got away with prison escape, got away with hijacking a plane, got away with $1 million ransom, and got away with fleeing to 3 different countries. And all 3 different countries told the United States, I'll go with your mama, not me. Let that man alone. Let that man be free. If you didn't catch him on your time, you ain't finna catch him on ours. Went to jail and was released. How is it you have a whole country as your advocate? You got a whole country that's fighting on your behalf saying, no, he good where he at. Do you? They should have known something then. See, this is why they didn't let nobody know. Because more people would have probably been trying to hijack planes to get the hell out of here. You probably would have had a group of people hijacking planes and landing in different countries. Just a plane full of people like it's Con Air. We just trying to get up out of here. This story has been one of the quietest stories I have ever heard in my life, because I've never heard about this before. Never. Never. And I still want to know what happened to the $1 million. You think they turned it in? Or you think, the people that met the money at the airport was the ones that got it? What you think happened to the $1 million? Do you think this story is a lot deeper than we think this story really is? You know what this really made me think of? Because this young man was young. Y'all remember this story right here? Y'all remember Lord of the Flies? When they made all of the kids watch this doggone story as a kid. You remember this? Where all them kids got exiled on the island and they had to develop a, They had to develop a society, a leader, and basically they just start, how do I say this YouTube worthy? Destroying each other. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel, because we had a generation back then, and it's reminiscent of a generation that we have now that's kind of being left on their own with no boundaries, with no structure, with no guideline. They're just left to tear each other apart. We take these young people, and even now, because we live in a different time, we're throwing, how do I say this? We're throwing money, power, and powder in front of them and expecting them to be mature enough to know what to do with it when we haven't put any role models in front of them. So all they see is, I want money, and I want it any way I can get it, and I want it by any means necessary. It's a different time. Zach said Algeria must have sent back $1 million of their money. Hey, you think Algeria told them, hey, don't even worry about it. Hold on to this. We got you. We got you. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Or you think it was more than $1 million hid somewhere. Yeah, I think this situation is a whole lot bigger than they telling us. But we came from a different time. We came from a time where parents taught you boundaries. Our parents taught us stuff like, don't be outside after 2:00 because after 2:00 ain't nothing open but legs. Yeah, we came from a different time. Yeah. And that's not to say that because we came from a different time that we didn't still have kids that went off the rails. But now we have kids going off the rails because nobody built the damn rails. This boy was 19. Spent his entire life running. As intriguing as the story is, it's also a sad story because how do you really get to live when you're living your life on the run? When you got to constantly look over your shoulders, look behind your back, when you got to constantly hide. Are you really living is my question. But since we're having that, let's lighten the mood a little bit. Yeah. Do me a favor. Fill up your glass while I fill up mine. I'll be right back. Let's get into it. We want to get into, why did we listen to that? I want y'all to think of some of the songs that y'all used to sing back in your youth. Let me know what those songs are, because we're going to ask ourselves, why did we listen to that? Why? Because a lot of our music messed us up. A lot of it, we were singing the hell out of this stuff, getting this stuff embedded on the inside of us, and we start acting out our songs. A lot of the music is a lot of the problems with us. Not only is the music a lot of the problems with a lot of us, but we forgot what it used to be like. Some of y'all don't remember the time when. So we need to go back. We need to put on our 70s, 80s gear. And we need to go back. I'm starting to feel like if we don't start remembering a different time, it's going to be lost. It's going to be like the Dead Sea Files. It's going to be undecodable if we don't start remembering a different time, before we got so stuck in electronics that we forgot human interaction. When we forgot what it was like to be nice to one another. So we're going to get into it. Fill up that glass to the rim for me while I fill up mine.
Every word I say now, honey on my lip. Cruising through the city like a shadow in the mist. Night rider on the town, every move a gift. Champagne and silk, let it slide, let it drip. Voice like a dagger and a kiss, same tip. Taste of my freedom when you feel this rip. Night rider on the town, champagne on my lip.
Y'all ready to get into it? And we're going to continue this. We definitely going to continue this. And we're going to continue it on a panel. But I want to introduce it to you because we're going to start having a weekly remember the time. Because we need to go back. And if ain't nobody else remembering the time, God darn it, we ain't going to forget. So, listen. I keep telling y'all, we are not the same. So what I did was I put together a bunch of slides to show you then versus now so that y'all can remember a time when. Do y'all remember before there was PlayStation, before there was Xbox, before there was all these new gaming systems where you plug it up to the TV and download games from online? Do you remember arcades? You remember the arcade? So here we need to look at the evolution of video games. I remember being a young girl taking my quarters, because you remember you had to take quarters to go to the arcade to play. Taking your quarters down to the arcade to play the ping pong ball machine with ping pong. What's the name of that machine? Pinball machine. Playing the pinball machine, playing Pac-Man on it. Y'all remember the arcade? You know, where a bunch of kids would be surrounding one kid while the kid was playing and you were cheering them on. You remember human interaction? What happened to human? Y'all don't even like each other. Y'all be ready to shoot people for saying hi to you. We went to the arcade. Bring it back. Bring it back. Lil Peasy said 1 quarter, give me an hour on Pac-Man. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. And you would sit there and play for hours and hours. And guess what? Guess what? Your parents didn't even know where you were. We are not the same. We ain't the same as this new stuff. So why we keep acting like we forgot? We, scoot up. Because some of y'all done lost y'all damn mind. Y'all done forgot where we came from. That's why we going back. Space Invaders. Zach, please, come on. Donkey Kong. Sitting there for hours playing. Look, and you wasn't worried about no damn alcohol wipes. None. Oh, Lil Peasy. I forgot about the comic books. I'm going to have to add the comic books to our panel when we do the live show. Didn't nobody have no alcohol wipes? Wasn't nobody running to the bathroom, getting no tissue, wetting it in the sink and coming back and wiping it off before they played. Wasn't none of that. And guess what? We didn't get infected with nothing. Nothing. Space Invaders. The arcade tokens. Y'all remember the tokens? Then we went through there. See, y'all gotta understand how many firsts we have been through in our generation. I'm a 76 baby. Do y'all know how many firsts we have seen in our lifetime? The Atari, the first video game, Atari. Y'all know what I played? Asteroid. That was my guy. I played the hell out of some Asteroid. Then came the Nintendo. This is the progression where you had to take the little cassette that looked like an 8-track tape. Every now and then you had to blow in it. Take your tongue, run it across it to wet it, blow it, then push it in the thing. Y'all know the new Mandela effect says that Nintendo says they never had a feature where you had to push the video cartridge in and push it down. In what world that didn't happen? I am an avid gamer. I'm trying to tell y'all, I'm planning on adding a gaming segment to the Champaign City for my gamers, because I love playing Call of Duty Mobile. It's a thing when I need to detox, I need to shoot something. I need to be on Call of Duty Mobile. I know that's not very demure or cutesy, but it's a thing. So I'm going to add it to the city and we can play together. That's what we going to do. They said it didn't happen. And I know I played some Mario Brother. 1, 2, and 3. And I had the game genie, baby, to get the unlimited flying for Mario with the wings. Please. Then we went to the Sega Genesis. My favorite game on Sega Genesis would have had to be, I want to say, Golden Eye, with the golden guns where you just run around chasing each other and see who get the kill first. Yeah. Progressive said, I'm on it with you, chopper style. Yeah, I got to do the RPD. Yeah, I do. Unlimited ammo. Yeah, she diamond too. She glow. She diamond. She pretty. Which is crazy because y'all know your girl don't like guns. I don't. I'm a blade girl. I got about 6 swords in my closet. I'm a blade girl. I have an obsession. I do not like guns. But Call of Duty, baby, yeah. NBA Jam. Oh, he's on fire. Them flips. I'm mad they don't still flip in the game. I don't understand why they made the games realistic. If I wanted to play a realistic game, I'll watch a realistic game. They should have kept doing the dunks. Flex on them then. One of the dunks. That's all I'm saying. See, these kids will never know games that were just fun. Y'all remember Contra? I played Contra back in the day. Then that's when they got into the fighting games. What was that? Killer Instinct. Did y'all play Killer Instinct on Sega Genesis? That's when I found out my love for fighting games. Yeah, was that. Xbox Online Gaming came after the PlayStation. So it said at the bottom, we didn't just play games, we leveled up with them. We did. It was a whole thing. It was a thing. Tekken. How I forget about one of my favorite games? Hijacking? Please. Tekken was definitely top. Now, if you ask me, was I a Street Fighter girl or a Mortal Kombat girl? Definitely Mortal Kombat. Definitely Mortal Kombat. I played Street Fighter, but I wasn't a big Street Fighter fan. I wasn't. Them killer combos for sure. Computers. Let's look at the progression of computers. Y'all now look at these pretty little laptops and these pretty all-in-one flat screen computers. Hold on one second. Sagey, come here. Come here, baby. Come here. Come here. Because why are you scratching up Gigi's chair? Why Sadie? One of these days after I get my backdrop all set up, I'm going to turn on the camera so y'all can see Queen Sage. Yeah, she's my grandpup. She be cutting up because she's spoiled. Definitely progressive. Scorpion, get over here. And I was definitely a Sub-Zero fan. He said old school. Whoopsie. And they keep trying to tell us now that it didn't say whoopsie. They're saying that's not what he was saying. You argue with your mama, not me. That's what he was saying, and y'all ain't gonna change it now. Y'all ain't gonna make us think otherwise. But when the computer started out, the computer did not start out as these beautiful devices that you see now. They started out as giant mainframes that look like something ancient, prehistoric, and you would need a crane and a forklift to move. Matter of fact, when they started out, everybody did not have them. When computers was introduced to school, when I remembered it, it was in the 80s. Absolutely. We were in grade school and they were introduced in the schools. And in the schools, there was only a few things that you could play on them. One of the things that I remember playing was Garfield. I couldn't even remember telling you what Garfield used to do, but I know I played Garfield. The early 90s is when they introduced Windows. And Windows, of course, changed everything. Y'all remember AOL? Where every time you wanted to get on the internet, it sounded like something from outer space was trying to zoom and tune in. That came around the late 90s. I'm sorry. That's when we were introduced to the internet and we were excited. But boy, did we piss our parents off. I can't tell you the number of times I got in trouble because my mama missed phone calls because I was trying to be on the internet. Because see, back then you couldn't be on the internet and on the phone at the same time unless you had two different phone lines. Yeah. Uh-huh. Didn't we chase the dot on the first computers? Listen, you know it. Bouncing across the screen. The number of times we got in trouble for being on that doggone internet and missing phone calls. Because, you know, back then you had caller ID and you had voice. What was it? Because was it called voicemail back then? No, it wasn't a voicemail. You had a voice system. Like, it was a device that you bought and you had to push record on it. You had to record your message and that would be the message. And when you came in, you push play on the machine and play all of the messages that had been left for you. Yeah, that was the old school way of checking your voicemail and checking your messages. You remember the progression of saving data on the computer? Those old school flop. Oh my goodness, I forgot about the punch cards. The punch cards were the original before they gave us the hard disk. Because we had, which came first, y'all? Was it the hard disk or the floppy disk? Oregon Trail. I forgot about that one, Progressive. You had to put it in there and you could barely save anything on it. Then we were introduced to the CD-ROM. Now, y'all know with the CD-ROMs being introduced, that's where we got introduced to downloading music and recording your own CDs and recording over CDs and all of that. Yeah, that came with the CD-ROM. Then we got the zip drive, USB flash drive. See, y'all done forgot all of the stuff that has happened since we done been here. Y'all, some of y'all need to remember where y'all came from. Y'all done forgot. Please do me a favor, y'all. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. There we go. Do me a favor and go on handle that for me, okay? Okay? Y'all know I don't push. Go on handle that though. So, y'all remember when we used to record music so we could have our own stuff? Yes, Napster. That was the introduction, and we gonna get into it to the torrents. You remember the torrents where we used to download the movie from online and then record it on our own disc? That was the introduction of the bootleggers. Man, the bootleggers made money back in the day. I was scared. Yeah, I was scared that I was going to get caught immediately. Soon as I finished taking the disc out the machine, I felt like the police was going to be at my door. Y'all remember the progression of the telephone? Do y'all remember this? You remember the rotary dial? See, some people will never understand the rotary dial, where you had to put your finger in the number and slide it all the way around to that little metal thing that was sticking out. And then you had to take your finger out and wait till it spent all the way back around to the originating position. Then you had to go to the other number and do it again until you finished all 7 numbers. Because it wasn't no such thing as having to put in the area code. Yeah, y'all remember them? And then with that, you also had the introduction of the punch key phone. You know, every time you push the button, sometimes you pick it up and kids just push the button on the phone just to hear the buttons be pushed. We could have been calling China. We didn't know. Then in the 80s, cords got longer. In the 90s, we got introduced to the cordless. Now, in our household, we had one phone line. But then when I started working, because I got a job at 13, when I started working, I got my own phone line. That was number one. First check, I need my own phone line. Yeah. Because see, what y'all don't understand is parents back in the day was petty. Y'all think y'all parents are petty? Our parents back in the day would do stuff like pick up the other phone and just listen to the conversation. Yeah. Our parents would do stuff like pick up the phone and embarrass you on the phone while you on the phone. Didn't I tell you to take out that garbage? You better get off this phone and take out that garbage now. While you on the phone trying to mac. That's what they called it back in the day. Trying to mac with your girl. Yeah. They get on the phone. Ain't no courting. Who this on this phone? They get on the phone and tell them, how you on the phone talking to somebody that ain't came to my door and introduced themselves yet? See, because I keep telling y'all, we not the same. Back in the day, there was standards, and those standards were, if you wanted to talk to my daughter, you come to this door, you knock on it, and you introduce yourself to me. Wasn't no such thing as nobody pulling up in a car to pick you up, blowing, and you walk. I wish you would walk out of a house because somebody has blown a horn at you. Not in my household. Baby, bye. Please. That was a different time. This was a time where your phone didn't hold phone numbers. No. We remembered. I don't know how the hell we remembered all those damn numbers back then. And can't remember nothing now. I ain't carry around no little black book for phone numbers. I remembered the phone numbers. See, our memory back then was something different than today. It was something different. I think they put something in the air to shut off our memory capabilities. Had to. She can't talk the boys at this time of night. You better talk about it. She can't talk to no boys at this time of night. It's 9 o'clock. Why ain't you in the bed? Baby, our parents was different. Then we had the introduction of the pager. Y'all, I show my kids a pager. What y'all need to do if you have not done it is show your children a picture of a pager and ask them what is it and how to use it. I showed them a picture of a pager and I told them, I said, see, what y'all don't understand is if you had a pager back in the day, baby, you was the shit. Then my daughter said, she said, well, how did you call the people back that was paging you? I said, the payphone. Either the payphone or you had to wait till you got home. What do you mean? Then came the introduction of the cell phone. Y'all listen. That cell phone was hell. Do y'all hear me? That cell phone was big. It was blocky. It was huge. Huge. Then they started making them smaller. Y'all remember, what was it? Free nights and weekends? You would only get about 60 minutes on a card. What was it? Per month? They would give you 60 minutes per month to talk on your cell phone. You had to wait till 7 p.m. for your free nights and weekends. Baby, we be on that phone telling people, don't call me before 7 p.m. You better wait till my free nights. Then we got introduced to touchscreen phones. Then we got introduced to phones with games on it. And phones that, then y'all remember the BlackBerry? When the BlackBerry came out, everybody wanted a BlackBerry. Because then we got introduced to phones becoming your personal assistant. Keeping your calendars, keeping your notes, keeping everything that you need. We lived through this evolution of phones. See, I keep telling y'all done forgot where y'all came from. Please do me a favor. Make sure if you're watching the video, please look at your device. Make sure on your device where it says live, make sure you see a red dot next to live. If you do not see a red dot, you are not listening to me in real time. That means you are a little bit behind me. If you're on your cell phone, all you got to do is touch the button or touch in that area and it will turn red. It will catch you up to real time. If you're watching on TV, just fast forward till you can't fast forward anymore. Same way on your computer unless it's touchscreen. But we have lived through all of these this evolution of phones. Hey, y'all, I almost forgot. You remember the phone book? You remember when everybody in your city's name was listed in the phone book? Their name and their phone number without your permission, just readily there. All somebody had to do was pick up the phone book and find your name and call everybody in the phone book that had your name until they got you on the phone. That's kind of how that went. There was one at the payphone. There was one that was delivered to your home. Matter of fact, what did we have, y'all? The yellow pages and the white pages. Y'all remember the collect calls at the phone booth? The phone booth ain't even, oh yeah, it is. It's down there in the little corner in the right. I should have made it much bigger because the phone booth was a staple in our life. Baby, because when your parent paged you on that pager, you only had so many minutes to make it to that phone booth to make a phone call before your parents was sitting at that door waiting on you to show up. And it wasn't going to be good when you made it there. The next thing was the evolution of the TV. Do y'all not remember them big floor model TVs, black and white, where the antenna sat on the top and you had to keep adjusting the antenna certain ways so that you could find the picture? Y'all remember them? Then we was introduced to the big bulky colored TV with the same. The knobs that didn't quite stay on the TV, but the knobs would fall off and you had to go find some pliers and put on there to adjust your volume and to turn the TV channels. What channels did we have back then? 4, 6, 12, 18. Oh, no. 4, 6, 10, 12, 18, 24, 58. Do y'all realize when we was kids, we only had 7 channels? Yep. If you held the antenna the right way, you could get channel 50 and 20. Y'all remember some people would even be up on top of their roof trying to adjust an antenna so that they could get the TV to come on and they could watch it? And some of y'all acting a damn fool like y'all don't know where y'all came from. Please. Yes, TV. Y'all remember at a certain time, we knew it was time to go to bed because you would hear that commercial come on. It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? Not too long after that, what did you hear and see? After that went off, every TV station in the United States of these Americas went off. TV went off. Radio went off. All right, you can leave it on if you want to. All you was going to hear was static. Static. That's it. Even though some things changed, maybe some things should have remained the same. Maybe TV and radio should have kept cutting off at midnight. Just maybe the world would have been a little bit different if some things that changed would have remained the same. And y'all know that knob never stayed on the TV. Never, never, ever, never. I don't care how new your TV was. That knob never stayed on the doggone TV. Then in the 80s, y'all remember cable came into... And wait, before cable, y'all remember if your TV show was coming on, and we remember when our TV shows came on. And we watched so many TV shows back then, but we remembered when each one of them was airing every day, every week. You know why? Because back then we didn't have DVR. We ain't had DVR, we ain't had no VCR, we wasn't able to record, we ain't have none of that. So if you missed your TV show, you missed it. Somebody was just gonna have to tell you what happened, or you was gonna have to catch it the next week. That's just what it was. Or hope they run a rerun in the middle of the night, because you know that's how they used to do. They would run the show during the day, and then late at night, you might catch the rerun if you stay up late enough. But then cable arrived and life changed. Ooh, did it change? Ooh, yeah, Zach. VCR and beta. Definitely. Because now cable introduced you to a whole bunch of other TV. We got MTV. We got, oh, y'all remember the box? Do y'all know how much trouble I used to get into with the box? For those of you who don't know what the box was a music channel, non-stop music video channel. But the thing with the box was you could pay for the video to play next in the series. What was it, 99 cents, y'all? You could pay 99 cents to see the video that you wanted to play. Y'all know how many times we got in trouble with them damn 99 cents. Because, see, back then, there was no such thing as putting no lock on your phone. And the way you pay for it is either with your mama bank card or with your phone number. You charged it to your phone. Do you know how much I done charged in the damn box to my mama phone bill trying to watch videos? Sneak and watch videos because I was a church girl. She didn't let that stuff play in her house anyway. I wish you would have got caught in my mama house listening to the devil, that devilment, as Hattie say, that devilment. And look, we were brought up Kojic. I'm a Kojic girl. If you know anything about Kojic, back in the 80s, early 80s, baby, you was in church every day. If you wasn't in school, honey, you was in church. That's just how it went. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday again. And baby, Sunday was all day. Please don't act like you don't know. Sunday was all day. Choir rehearsals was all day because you was going to rehearse until you got it. Wasn't no plan. Yeah, see, y'all play too much. We come from a different time. Yeah. So we couldn't play that devilment in her house. We could. I had to light. If you know, you know. We got to continue. I don't know. I can't say it on YouTube. Drop in the comments and let me know what y'all childhood was like. Were you brought up in the church? Were you home, church, school? Then that's it? Was that you? Or did you have some freedoms and liberties that we didn't have? So yeah, Lil Peasy said Kingdom Hall. Yeah, we couldn't listen to that devil. We had to sneak and listen to it. That's why we got in trouble so much, because we was always sneaking and doing stuff. We had to. All our parents had standards. And our parents only let us associate with kids with parents with standards. See, y'all let y'all kids become friends with anybody. No, our parents, when we talked about bringing a friend home or a friend, who they parents? What do their parents do? Do they go to church? Because that's definitely going to be the next conversation. Do they go to church? They made you have standards with who you hung out with. Please. We not the same. Y'all let y'all kids do anything. Then y'all be shocked when they turn into little seeds of Chucky. Little Damians running around. Now you shocked when you didn't give them any standards, boundaries, motivation, or nothing. Progressive said got caught listening to NWA. No matter, just don't. I still feel that whooping. My cartoons were censored. My TV shows were censored. Absolutely. Home was scared. We definitely feared our parents. But sure, y'all swing on y'all parents. We are not the same. Please, I wish I would lift a finger to swing. Child, y'all still be talking about that story. Y'all remember in the 80s, that girl that raised her voice at her mama and swung? Man, it's a shame what that woman did to that girl. Y'all remember what she did? Man. Yeah, it was a hole in the floor. They said it took a minute to dig her out. You wasn't playing with no parents back then, please. But we had MTV. I saw somebody mention 106 in Park. We had that. Then we were introduced to Blockbuster. Blockbuster is where you went to get your videos from. Oh, yes. Progressive said back here somewhere. Here we go. One of the things that was also introduced when cable came and we were introduced to all these other channels was erotica. This is where people started getting introduced to and addicted to pornography. The crazy thing about pornography back then, y'all remember HBO After Dark? The crazy thing about it back then is it really didn't show anything. It didn't. You really didn't know whether or not they was having sex or not, because there was always conveniently a thigh right there. And to be honest with you, all you saw was them laying on top of each other kissing. Like that was it. that was really it. But you got introduced to all of these after dark shows and these porn shows. And of course, it's open. They're showing them at night. They're thinking the kids are asleep. What our little mannish ass is doing? They're gone. You tell me what we was doing. Being just mannish. Just mannish and curious. That's why I don't know why some of y'all so hard on y'all kids. They ain't nothing but y'all times 10. That's it. Right, progressive. Tasteful presentation. Blockbuster is where we would go to get our VHS movies. Before they were introduced as DVDs or Blu-rays, they were just VHSs. And we would rent them for a week. And we were supposed to return them after that week. A lot of times what happened is we would rent our movies and keep them. They never went back. There's a lot of people, and the crazy thing about Blockbuster is Blockbuster would charge a penalty fee if you did not return it back on time. If you didn't return it back on time, and if you did not rewind the Blockbuster tape, you were charged a fee. Exactly, Progressive. Planet Hollywood too. Hollywood Video too. Y'all listen, one of the things that I noticed about a lot of these video stores, a lot of them had adult sections in them. It would be some ducked off secret room with an adult section. And sometimes they would be in there watching videos, just getting off in the video store to the porno. Just, Lord, the things that we were exposed to that we didn't even realize. Not in a locked room, just another room in the building. I went in Hollywood Video and somebody was like, oh, I want to go see the stuff upstairs. Go upstairs. Whole adult store. Just, I'm like, oh, wow. Just right in the open, huh? Just for, yeah, everybody. Okay. I mean, do you? I ain't tripping. You know, everybody got a little freak or three in them. I'm just saying, but it's a little shocking that this ain't under lock and key. It's just open in the store. We come from a different time. Then we saw the introduction of the DVDs. With the DVDs came the bootleg movie man. Because not only now do we have the CDs where you can burn music, but now here comes the DVDs where we can burn DVDs. And I forgot to tell y'all in the music section too. Y'all remember recording over those cassette tapes? You remember when you'd have to take the tissue and put it in a little hole so that you could record over it? And that's how people was selling their little underground tapes. They was recording over tapes and making their own little tapes with them. Y'all, we was extremely innovative. Extremely. Y'all remember taking a pencil and putting it inside the cassette tapes to rewind them? Y'all remember that? Having to twirl it. Or taking your finger in the VCR tapes and having to twist it until it went all the way back to the back. Before they introduced, you remember, the VCR tape rewinder? I don't know what the proper name for it was. Y'all remember when that was introduced? Then they gave us a way to rewind so we didn't have to keep sticking the pencil in there. Or put it in the VCR and hit the rewind button and wait to rewind all the way to the back. Well, to the beginning. Put it back in the sleeve so we can return it without a penalty. Or rewind and stop so you can hear exactly what they're saying. Exactly. I forgot about that. Yep. Recorded from the radio. We sure would. On the boombox. On the boombox. You push play on the boombox, put that cassette in there, and you remember then they came out with the double boombox, so you can have one cassette in one side that you want to play, and the other one on the other side that you wanted to record. Put the batteries in the fridge. We definitely did. Scratching over a scratch mark in the album so it'll play. Y'all remember the album skipping? Having to take that needle and drop it down just right so you don't tear up your doggone record player. Nintendo needed to get the breath of life. Yep, because there was no electronics making nothing play. Yeah, you had to breathe in, and you had to breathe hard to get the dust out of it. But leave it up to Nintendo, according to them, that never happened. Then we saw the introduction of LimeWire. Y'all remember the torrents? Baby, I went torrent crazy. Every movie I want, and I didn't want to sell none. I just downloaded it because I was a movie buff. And when I wanted to watch the movie I wanted to watch it. Y'all know how many damn viruses I ended up with on computers because of LimeWire? And all the rest of the torrent sites. Downloading viruses on your computer. When you start downloading their stuff, it was out of control. That's when we got introduced to streaming. And then, of course, the smart TVs. Oh, y'all remember the clear TV? Everybody wanted to have the little clear TV. Y'all remember when we used to sit and watch the little 8-inch TV with grandmama in the kitchen because she was watching her stories? See, some of y'all don't know about the stories. Days of Our Lives, Young and the Restless, As the World Turns, Bold and the Beautiful, Guiding Light. What's the other one? Was that it? Before that, what was it? Dallas, Knots Landing. These was the old folk shows, honey, that they would sit in the kitchen at the kitchen table and watch on that little 8-inch TV with the antenna that looked like a flashlight, and you could carry it around the house. Yeah, grandmama then was gonna sit in front of that little TV, and you better not interrupt them while they stories is on. Oh yeah, Stefano DeMera. You not gonna play while Stefano and Bo and Hope going at it? Grandma's subject to throw the whole pot at you. Both Victors. Victor Kiriakis and who was the other Victor? Who's the other Victor, y'all? I just drew a blank. Lil Peasy said at the very same time. Absolutely. Hold on, y'all. Let me calm the queen. Hold on. Yeah, she thinks she a cane corso or something. She thinks she's a guard dog. So every time she hears something, she want to go check it out and test it and let it know, don't test her gangster. All my children for real. Y'all know what mine was, because once I got hooked on it from my granny, Days of Our Lives. Stefano and Marlena, for sure. Stefano, Marlena, John Black, John Black, had to get into them. Sammy, all the boys, I don't care if they was cream team, caramel macchiato, hazelnut, all the men was in love with Sammy. Just like all the women was in love with Austin. It's just the way it was. That was the introduction of the shows that kept our parents and our grandparents busy. Yeah. Which one did y'all watch? Y'all know what made me really stop watching those shows? Passions. After they came out with, and don't get me wrong, because I love me some Passions. But when they came out with Passions, and then it was another one they came out with after Passions, I said, yeah, soap operas ain't never going to be the same again. And I was right. Soap operas and television was never the same again. Progressive said Sammy could get it. Definitely the hood wanted Drusilla. Definitely. Now we surrounded by soaps. The young and the restless as we live the days of our lives, and we all need God and light. We for sure need God and light. Next thing that changed was the music. I miss record players. I don't care what anybody says. I think the best sounding music comes from a record player. I'll go with your mama, not me. I still to this day have not heard a item that produces music that sounds as pure and crisp as a record. But then we saw the escalation from the record to the cassette tape. From the cassette tape in the boombox, you see the boombox. You remember the portable cassette players. Not only did you have the portable cassette players, or as they called them, Walkman, because we had those while we was in high school. Yeah, everybody had to have a Walkman in high school. This was our first distraction, was the Walkman, definitely. Then we went to the stereo system. When I was in high school for my birthday, the one thing I wanted was a stereo system. My mama bought me one. It had the turntable on top. It had the AM FM radio, and it had the dual cassette on it as well. Miss it. I might get me another one, to be honest, because I miss those times and we need to go back. We had the CD changer. Then we saw the evolution to MP3, to streaming, to digital stuff. All of this evolution. That's why I keep telling y'all tripping. Y'all see that say 1940. We in 2026. I don't understand how some of y'all forgot where y'all came from. Y'all didn't start out in a digital era. Some of y'all started out in an era where everything had to be fixed by hand, by you. Because your parent wasn't going to do it, including getting up to get the remote control. They was going to make you do it, and it was sitting at their feet. Ask me how I know. Ask me. Because all us got a parent. All us got a parent. And that parent made us get up and get the remote control and everything else for them. Next thing is Saturday mornings. This is where we gonna pause, because tomorrow we gonna come on and we gonna jump on a panel. I want, if you are Gen X, if you remember the time of what we've been talking about, I want you on the panel tomorrow, because we gonna have a conversation about then versus now. All of the stuff that's changed. People don't understand why we not the same and why a lot of this stuff look weird. Even why people who are the same age as us, we look at them and tell them you behaving weird, because we remember a time when. This is some of the stuff y'all are doing is very uncharacteristic of individuals who are from our time. I don't like it. Y'all need a reset. So we're going to reset and flash back. Not only do I want y'all to flash back and reset to that. Hold on a second. Yeah. I want y'all to flash back. Hold on. I want you to go back and I want you to pull all of your old music that you listen to. And I want us to talk about tomorrow stuff that we shouldn't have probably listened to, but we did. Because, you know, reading is fundamental, listening is too. And a lot of the music that we sang, a lot of that music, we didn't listen to the words. Now that you older and you listening to the words of that music, you like, prime example, loving you is wrong. I don't want to be right. That one right there, sung the hell out of that song. Then I got older and was like, hold the hell on. So you mean tell me this whole time she was singing about a married man? And I've been encouraging her to sing about a married man the whole time? Yeah. Stuff like that we're going to get into tomorrow and have some fun. Some of y'all need to smile, shake off that negativity. It's too much negative, toxic stuff going on in the world. Sometimes we got to have a community we can come together with and gather with and just release some of that negative energy. Have fun and smile with nobody talking about you, nobody judging you, because we don't do that over here. And I wish somebody would clown and cut up. Please do me a favor. Hit that like and subscribe button. Also the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever we jump into whichever sector we jump into for another show. Please do me a favor. Also subscribe because we're going to be, as I said, I'm working on finishing my book, The Test, and it's going to be amazing when you get into this. I also want you to please go over and check out our store. We have started our champagne store. It's called the Champagne Factory. And we have some collections over here. 4th of July is coming up. And we are sporting our hashtag Protect the Bird gear. So please go over here and get your Protect the Bird gear. We got cups, we got shorts, we got leggings, we got t-shirts. There's hats. You can get your gear. There's going to be some more stuff over there as well. You see our champagne. Y'all see it. Y'all see. Ain't she bad? She pretty, ain't she? I know she pretty. Go get your gear for the 4th of July, and I want you to send me a picture with you in it. We also have our Aga with your mama gear going on over here. Yeah, get it. Get it, ladies. We have cups. We're going to have some more stuff over here. This is as far as I got with the designing. We also have our official Champagne City gear. You see the cutting board here. We got a vinyl plate. See that cute little purse? I can't wait to order my purse. I just designed it. We also have a candle. The candle is in 2 cents. You see the shower curtain? We also have a full bath set. I got to see where it posted at. There's the wall tapestry as well in the gold, but I might change this wall tapestry so that it matches this one with the red rose. Y'all let me know which one y'all want. Leave it that way? Should I leave it with the dripping gold looking like the card, or do you want the one with the rose? Hold on. Hold on. We almost out of here. Let me see. Another thing I want you to go check out. Y'all know we constantly talk about over here. We Meocrats. We're not Democrats. We're not Republicans. We're Meocrats. We refuse to support any party that does not support me. If me is not included, then we are not included. It's got to be about us. And until the government can go back to being about the people, I'm a Meocrat. So everybody who gets your Meocrat gear, please send me an email, because I am starting a Meocrat Society wall and I'm putting everybody's pictures on there. We have some bracelets. So you see your authentic bracelet right there with Meocrat engraved in it. Fellas, you see your shot glass? You see your hats? More stuff will be added to it soon. Let me see. I also want to show ladies, fellas, for everyone who is about your skincare. We also have face oil, essential oil, cosmetic oil. You see all the oils? So come on over here and get your essential oils. Right in the Champagne City. Let me see. And also, we have natural soaps in the city as well. So there is a lot of stuff that is dropping. Hold on, I'm trying to see if it uploaded. Sippy cups. I also have, this is our special cup. This is our with a side of chaos and a dash of Casamigos. So if you like sippy cups, I'm a sippy cup person for real. So I'm definitely going to get one of each. Go ahead and check out, get your sippy cup. You have your Argo with your mama. You see all of the face stuff. So there's a lot of stuff over here for you. Your air tag, your misery wants my company. You can't have it. Yeah. That's a line over there as well. Y'all see this? Ain't she cute? And you see she got the purse to match. You see that purse? You see the little t-shirt dress? Your misery wants my company. You can't have it. Go on, get it, girls. I promise y'all I'm getting mine for my cruise. I promise you. We also got some eyeshadow. Y'all see it looks like the Blades Cause of Death collection. I'm excited about it. And you see this? We got our own suitcase. You see the suitcase? You like playing cards? Because I like playing spades. Look at the spades collection. So you can get your signature Champagne City poker cards. And if you want to represent in your bathroom, we have a full Champagne City bathroom set. And this is actually a 3-piece set for in front of the toilet, in front of the tub, and your toilet seat cover. So you can get your Champagne City. Y'all, go on, just load the house with Champagne City. Just go and represent the city in the house, please. Thank you for joining me in the Champagne City tonight. We are excited about everything that's coming up. So please go ahead and like and subscribe so you will be notified when we drop whatever we drop, especially when we get into this business stuff. Okay? Champagne Gang, FizzFam, Confidante. Always remember, if it doesn't cause you to elevate, baby, it's causing you to depreciate. Now raise those glasses, clink, and let's drink. Till we meet again. Ta-ta.
Stockings by the fire, but the room's ice cold. All of what you give, guess it came pre-sold. Found the lips on the best friend, ribbons came untied. Unwrap betrayal, under that you tied. Mistletoe hanging, but the vibe ain't sweet. So I'm tangled up where I used to keep my seed. The red I'm seeing ain't from no candy cane. Ain't no Ollie, ain't no Jolly, just this burning pain. Christmas red is the fire in my head. Yeah, the trust is dead. Tree lights flicker, but my mind's on rewind. Every I love you now feels weaponized. Eggnog spike, but it ain't numb in the sting. Her best friend took my crown, now I'm the fool king. Sleigh bells ringing, but they sound like alarms. Frosty outside, inside it's a storm. No chestnuts roasting, just my patience shot. Love ain't a present, it's a house of cards. The red I'm seeing ain't from no just dance.